best totally blind mountain biker in the world.
If I didn't know any better, I would have no idea that he was blind.
The doctor did all these exams on him. There's no way that this individual is doing this.
People go, oh, how sad. Oh, you're blind, you don't do anything. No one expected anything from me anymore.
A mistake happens when you least expect it.
Broken ankles, broken ribs.
When I'm riding down a mountain, it keeps life kind of fresh.
Is that guy blind?
Most people don't expect a blind person to ride a bike, but I do. It's almost like a superpower.
But everything changed when he met the real-life daredevil.
What changed my scenario was meeting Daniel Kish.
Daniel Kish is blind.
These are prosthetic eyes.
But he can still see through sound.
How is this even possible?
It's the same thing bats are using.
It really opened up my world.
Doctors still aren't sure exactly what happened.
So how does a blind, depressed man become a record-breaking mountain biker?
I was 14 when I was playing hockey, and my job was to keep the puck in front of the blue line, and all of a sudden it'd shoot by me. My coach is just, what are you doing? Get the puck, move to the puck. Are you blind or something? And that's in fact what was happening.
Fake it till you make it. So there I was, 14, with all of my buddies. We're all into rollerblading. I could barely see 8 feet in front of me. I was skating, and you just follow them. You keep them within the visual threshold, and you just sort of follow and keep going. And before we know it, we're skating, and I go down a ramp, and they're outside my visual field, and I realize I'm crossing a street, and I can't tell if it's green or red to go. I'm nervous, slam on the brakes, hit down on my knees because I was just shocked, horns honking, and I'm now face to face with a car. And I crawl back up onto the corner, and all my friends, they're gone. Now here I am stranded on this corner, wondering how am I gonna get home?
The last thing I remember seeing would have been blurry images of color. The next morning when I woke up, everything was dark. I really couldn't see any more in front of me. The doctors told me that my optic nerves were deteriorating. And as the doctor turns off the lights never came back on. And I remember leaving the doctor's office, and it was in the middle of the afternoon. I could feel the sun, but I couldn't see the sun. And I asked my mom, where's the sun? And my world started becoming smaller and smaller and smaller. I felt uncomfortable doing activities. I felt uncomfortable moving. I couldn't find my way out of my room. And how was I then gonna figure out ways to navigate the world? It was a completely overwhelming thought.
I went from being an active teenager outdoors to now doing nothing, just sitting on the couch.
Nobody really wants to deal with you anymore. Feel this tension of exclusion. If we can't see, we can't do anything. Riding my bike was something I never thought I'd be able to do again.
As a kid, Brian always had a little change jar, and it said car. And one day he said to me, I'm never gonna need this, because I won't be able to drive a car.
I remember at the age of 14 being like, God, I'm done.
It doesn't help to be afraid of the unknown if you're blind. Once you get over that fear, you can pretty much master anything.
Everything changed for Brian when he met Daniel Kish.
I lost my first eye at the age of 7 months and my second at the age of 13 months. These are both prosthetic eyes. I developed my capacity to echolocate and to find my way around the environment.
It's a way of seeing through flashes of sound instead of flashes of light.
Nobody really wants to deal with you anymore. Feel this tension of exclusion. If we can't see, we can't do anything.
While running into a pole is a drag, never being allowed to run into a pole is a tragedy. Because what you're really talking about is basic human freedom.
Go explore.
Moving from this place of feeling loss, feeling sense of scarcity, and then rediscovering a whole new life of abundance, hope, and beauty.
With the guidance of Daniel, explaining how it worked, teaching me and showing of approach, really opened up my world.
Now I have learned to see again. So I noticed we have a wall here and with some cars parked along the side, and it opened up right here. All of a sudden I was no longer stuck on the couch. I was able to go outside and I found myself just being independent once again.
Riding my bike was something I never thought I'd be able to do again.
It doesn't help to be afraid of the unknown if you're blind. Once you get over that fear, you can pretty much master anything.
Most people don't expect a blind person to ride a bike, but I do.
Brian was named the best totally blind mountain biker in the world.
Doctor, they did all these exams on him, basically had a puzzled look to their face. There's no way that this individual is doing this.
When I'm riding my bike down a mountain, it's the same thing bats are using, echolocation, and those sounds are painting a picture. I can make my active sonar signal by making a tongue click. It's almost like a superpower. This is a teachable thing. Anybody can do this, and I'm happy to show them.
You never plan to have a handicapped child. The second that happens, everything just falls apart.
8-year-old Nathan Nip has been blind since birth.
Anybody can do this.
Is it open? Is it narrow?
It's narrow.
And when will it get more open?
Once we get here.
Track the boundaries of those houses. Good job.
Why is it important the faster you go to click more?
So that you don't bump into anything. I'm gonna come fast.
What were you using to keep track of where you were going?
Echolocation.
Something his family once thought impossible is now reality.
People often ask me, Brian, do you wish you could see? And my response is, I already can.
Now that I've become blind, I appreciate more of life.
We can become great in our own right. It has no bearing on what we can still do in life, what we can still make, what we can still become. We can still have profound impact. Live that life, live that legacy. We all are capable of so much more than we previously thought.